Welcome, and this is Yamuna Devi. I want to welcome you today. We are going to have a very special topic to talk about, and it's specifically 6 barriers that keep you from losing weight. So, very recently, I am receiving a lot of phone calls in regards to weight loss. There is a lot of people who are gaining weight and would like to lose that weight. So there is a lot of people struggle with weight loss specifically because, they're tired. And I've had many people ask me like, what is included in the consultation? And one of the things we include is diet, lifestyle. So we check into the person to see how they are doing, not only what they eat, but also how are they feeling emotionally, mentally. How is their stress level? Because that can also influence weight gain. And I will explain that now. So it is very normal that there are few causes and there are few reasons why we can increase weight, but we have difficulty putting it off. In Ayurveda, we don't do a diet, very strict weighing, greetings, weighing the foods or starving ourselves, or we don't believe in these diets. And it's interesting because I don't tell my clients like weigh yourself. No, I want the person to feel good. I want the person to gauge at how they feel as they lose weight, because we weigh ourselves and the weight, and sometimes we become discouraged. We feel even more stressed getting on the weight, right? And I think gauging yourself, particularly like how you feel and how the clothes fits and energetically how you're feeling. And there are so many things like your sleep, your energy, your appetite, your digestion, like all these things play a big factor into how you feel as you lose weight. So it's not only like losing weight, but how are you feeling? So a lot of these diets, not Ayurveda, but there are so many diets: keto, South Beach diet, Weight Watchers, all these different things that they say fast for 21 days. I've seen many people doing these things and they lose the weight, but then they get it all back. So in Ayurveda, you don't get the weight back. That is a good thing. And you do lose it. But we have to have a strong determination and desire to lose weight and find our reason. So we will discuss that right now. So there are 6 barriers that keep us from losing weight. And let us come into detail with that. So the first thing, according to Ayurveda, is having a poor digestion. This is very important because poor digestion means there is a lack of appetite, there is bloating, there is gas, there is improper bowel movements, right? There is, as a consequence of these things, we have difficulty to digest foods. So a lot of people ask me, Yamuna, like, I don't want to increase my appetite, like I have a good appetite, but we have to see where is that appetite coming from. Is it a real hunger? Is it a false hunger? So this is very important. There are ways to determine whether it's a real hunger or a false hunger. I'm going to give you this secret tip. Ready? So a real hunger is when you eat, when you have the actual desire to eat and you feel good. But there is a false hunger that comes when you think you're hungry, but that's like the stress, the anxiety that is telling you that you're hungry. How can I find out if this is real or not? You will get a glass of water, room temperature water, and you will drink that when you feel hungry, and you will walk for 15 minutes. And if the hunger returns, it's real hunger. If the hunger stops and doesn't return, it's false. So please try this. It will make a big difference, and you will see it. definitely. So that's how to determine if it's real or false hunger, okay? And that's a wonderful tip. So when we have poor digestion, when our digestion is very slower and sluggish, then imagine our stomach being a pot, right? And I'm putting food items, even if my fire, this is my digestive fire, is very low, right? So I'm putting food. I'm like, it's breakfast, put some food just because. And this doesn't get cooked properly, right? Because my fire is low. What if lunch comes? It's still low. So there is still undigested foods, right? Then I put food again and it's still low. Dinner comes. The next day comes. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My fire is low. So you're just putrefying the food that is in there and you are not helping. So it's creating the next thing that I'm going to discuss is toxins. Toxins in the body give us a lot of difficulty to lose weight. So you can do all exercises, you can do all diets, you can do everything in the world to lose weight. But if you have toxins in the body, you will have a lot of difficulty. And this is also sparks from having a slow digestion just because of what I discussed recently regarding to the food that we're putting in the body and it's undigested. So we need to clear these toxins out of the body. Okay? How do we determine if we have toxins in the body? We will experience it definitely in the body in the form of pain, a sluggishness, low energy. We can see that there's a white coat above the tongue. There's like a white coating. And this means that we are not digesting properly the foods. So that is the second topic, toxins, right? Then third topic is stress. Stress, my friend, is definitely one of the greatest things that will not help you to lose weight. So that is one of the things that I focus on. Ask, how are you feeling? How is your workload? How are you managing your time, your energy, everything, your work, your relationships, because also we have a mental and emotional, right? Body. So we want to make sure that you are in a good space so that even as you lose weight, you are feeling good and you are releasing emotions as they come, because it is when we hold on to these emotions that we carry this kind of cloak, this kind of cover, this kind of sweater, that baggage, right? That doesn't allow us to continue. So we want to start releasing these things. And that we help in the consultations through proper guidance and tailoring it for your specific needs. There is not a diet specifically for everyone to lose weight. That does not exist. It's specifically according to your needs. Okay. The other thing, the fourth, is that we need to definitely exercise. So exercising, start slowly, because a lack of exercise, if there is no movement, then we're not sweating, we're not releasing toxins, we are not helping the body at the same time. So definitely getting some movement into your routine is very important. The lack of exercise will also create more lethargy, and it will continue, like that overload of waking will just continue. So I'm not saying to go and kill yourself exercising. No. Be patient with your body. This is very important. Be patient with your body. Be loving with your body, because imagine your body is carrying weight. It's already causing tension on the knees, on the ankles, on the feet, right? On the joints and the hips, everywhere. So we don't want to rush the body. We want to pace, but be consistent. So I recommend at least start walking. Start walking how you feel comfortable, that you start sweating at least in the chest, under the arms, the back, forehead. then that is half of your capacity of exercising. And then you can slowly increase, but don't stress, don't overwhelm yourself, don't overburden yourself, don't harm yourself. This is very important. Part of losing weight is loving yourself. Okay. Number 5 is not consulting with an expert. So this is very important. It's important to seek proper guidance. Without guidance, just reading from a book, it doesn't help. We can even gain all that weight back. So it is very important to seek someone who is an expert in this field, who has experience, who is knowledgeable, and who can give you that proper guidance and motivation to continue on your path and guide you emotionally, mentally on that journey as well. Okay. And the 6th one is lacking purpose. I think when you get into the mind frame of I want to lose weight, we have to have a purpose. We have to have like some goal. Like, what is our purpose to losing weight? Is it health? Do I want to look like someone in the TV? Am I doing it for my family? Like, what am I doing it for? What is my purpose? What is my goal? Goal should be definitely for your well-being, for your mental, emotional, the entire well-being. But that you have to have that deep within you, that resolution and that resolve, so that you can be motivated to continue your path to your weight loss. So I want you to think about these things and reflect. It's very important to keep these things in mind as you're on your journey, and definitely seek some guidance from someone who is experienced. It's very important, someone who can support you throughout the process and who is knowledgeable. Okay, so don't stress, love yourself, give yourself time, be patient, be loving, be kind to yourself, and you will definitely feel the difference. So thank you so much for joining, and leave a message if you have any questions, any type of message or inspiration that you would like to write and share. Please share. Thank you.